This is our Universal Intervention Plan for Unit 3 of Dr. K. Brocado's Planning for Diversity of Learners at Mississippi State University. My name is Brody Rogers, and my concentration is Social Studies.
My name is Weston Bordees, and my concentration is PE. The 5 components of universal interventions are: number 1, creating a physical setting that supports academic and social goals.
Number 2, establishing and maintaining expectations for behavior, rules, procedures, routines.
Number 3, enhancing student motivation.
Number 4, curriculum design.
Number 5, working with families and/or communities.
Out of these 5 components, we're going to be focusing mainly on enhancing students' motivation.
So what is motivation? Motivation is the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. There are 2 types.
First being intrinsic, which is behavior that is driven by rewards internally from yourself. Examples being listening to music for your own pleasure, drawing art for your own likes, not for money.
Second type, extrinsic, behavior that is driven by rewards from the outside. Examples: money, praise, grades, fame, popularity. Here are some of our personal experiences with motivation in the classroom. In PE classes, we have all observed one student that never wanted to participate in any activity. This could have been caused by multiple reasons. In particular, I observed an elementary PE class that had a problem with student participation, and the teacher had a plan that I thought was very interesting. This teacher would let the students pick out the activity the week before by letting all of the students vote, but if you did not participate that week, then your vote did not count. This led to students wanting their vote to count and an increase in participation. Now, to be critical, this may not work in every classroom because some students will not care about their vote counting or will think they will be too cool for counting, but I do believe this strategy can be useful.
So from my experience, we've all had those social studies classes that were really boring where the teacher would read straight from the textbook and you would just take notes from a PowerPoint. So this was the usual class that everyone has in classes I had until I got to college, where one of my teachers, Dr. Osmond, who in her 2 world history classes made the class interesting by interjecting humor into her lectures. She also refrained from lengthy and boring texts and used interesting first-person accounts, like a girl living during the Iranian Revolution or graphic novels, to teach important concepts. Then we had discussions in class where we broke these books down and we wrote short essays about them. And while this method of teaching was interesting and motivated me to participate in the discussions and read the books, since I would do better on the essays that we had on the exam. Now, if I had to be critical about this method of teaching, it worked for her and worked for our class, but it's important to take Dr. Carol Weinstein's advice that it's unreasonable to try to make learning fun at all times. Teachers should focus primarily on content and teaching the skills necessary.
So the 4 ways that we plan to enhance student motivation are: number 1, providing opportunities for success. In PE, my students can work as a team, which means it makes it easier on that student. Carol Weinstein also says that once a student feels success, then motivation will follow.
So in a social studies classroom, I would have students allow them to split their papers into different sections to make the writing process easier. So for example, I would have a brainstorming section, rough draft, and final draft. This is better than just giving them a final due date and not providing them with any assistance. The second way to enhance student motivation is to set reasonable goals. So in my class, I don't want students to feel that they have to remember every single date in history. While dates are important, they need to understand the core concepts.
In PE, everyone cannot be the best athlete, but you need to tell your students that practice will make you better, which will also bring out self-enjoyment in that student. Number 3 is providing feedback. Some students will stop trying because they think everything is going wrong. But if you give them feedback, they can see what they are doing right and try to fix the things that they are doing wrong. Also, feedback can enhance student involvement and participation because then they will see that you are watching them and care about their progress.
So in a traditional classroom, it's very easy for a teacher's desk to become very cluttered, and it's easy for a student's paper or worksheet to go there and never return. And if students know that, that's what's likely to happen. They're not going to be very motivated to actually try on their work if they're not going to receive a grade, or the teacher's just going to make something up and put it in the grade book. So I don't want that to happen in my classroom. So I'd make sure to keep my desk and class very organized so that each individual thing has its own place and that students will receive feedback. It's also important to use negative feedback as well as positive, as long as negative feedback is used constructively and not as a way to downgrade a student. The fourth way to enhance motivation is opportunities for student choice. So in my class, I would give students the choice of topics to use for their papers or projects. And like Dr. Weinstein says in her book, many teachers use choice as a reward. She says that this is wrong, as choice should be used as a motivation.
In PE, students can feel more involved if they have some choice. Just like William Glasser's book that I read, The Quality School, he says that students will have a need for power. If the students can choose the activity for the day, then they will have some say in your class and also feel powerful.
It's time to wake up, people! This one goes out to teachers. Teachers and students. It's time to get our learn on. And we got a lot to learn too. I don't know it all, but I know a few things. Science. You hear? You take up space, you matter. It's just science, man. Don't be a bully. Don't even be a bully to the bullies. It just makes more bullies. We can all be awful sometimes. We can all also be awesome. It's time to be more awesome. And that's what it's time for. History. We gotta study it so we don't repeat it. But if history does repeat itself, then I'm gonna name my pet dinosaur Reginald. I just hope he doesn't eat me. We can't just study history. We gotta make history. And history is made by ordinary people. Ordinary people like you and me. And that guy. The world's greatest thinkers. Confucius, Albert Einstein, Justin Timberlake. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like me. But I put my pants on one leg at a time while I'm dancing. You can go by. Yeah. You're gonna be in the video though. That's a school, and you gotta show up. You can't just sleep in. You can't be late. And you can't just hang out in the bathroom, that's girls. It's like what Whitman said, YOLO. Except he didn't say that, but you would know that if you would read a book, people. Seriously, read a book, any book except the vampire ones. You wanna change the world? You gotta know about it. What if Shakespeare didn't go to school? His plays would be even more confusing. To be or not to be? Is that the question? I don't know what a question is. I didn't go to school. Anybody? Help me out here. I got a question for you. What are you teaching the world? How to be boring? How to make the world sad? No, you're not. We're teaching the world what it looks like to be awesome. No matter who you are, somebody's learning from you. Everybody's a teacher and everybody's a student. Look for the awesome. Teachers see things. They see when you're running down the hall. They see when you're passing notes. But they also see the person that we can all become someday. A writer or a speaker or Martin Luther King. Teachers, keep teaching. Students, keep studenting. That's not a word. Sorry about that. Here's to teachers that see the awesome. The homework is this. What do you want to teach the world? Do it. Let's make some history together because it's simple math. Together, we're better. Those girls are a little too loud. Is there a teacher who inspires you? Let them know. This is for teachers everywhere, so share it with them. We gotta make the world awesome. Somebody's learning from you. I'm out. Get to learn on. We're making history. I'm gone.
Awesome.